If you've been adding compost, fertilizer, and even wood ash but your vegetables still struggle to reach their full size, your soil may not have a fertilizer problem at all. It may have a nutrient retention problem. I've watched beautiful applications of wood ash and compost disappear after a few heavy rains, leaving tomatoes, squash, and cabbage hungry just when they should be bulking up. One tool that helped me figure this out was a wireless soil moisture meter that measures moisture and temperature at root depth. It quickly showed me that two beds receiving the same amount of water behaved completely differently because of their soil structure. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It's a simple tool that helps prevent one of the biggest gardening mistakes, judging moisture by the surface alone. If you're interested in building soil that feeds crops instead of constantly feeding the soil, subscribe now because this old technique deserves far more attention. The secret isn't more fertilizer, it's giving your soil a mineral battery. Many traditional farming communities understood something we've largely forgotten. Fine native clay has an incredible ability to hold nutrients, while wood ash provides valuable minerals like potassium and calcium. Used together, they create a much more stable nutrient reservoir than ash alone. Most gardeners spread ash across the surface and hope rain carries it into the soil. What usually happens is that some nutrients wash too deep, some blow away, and some become unevenly distributed. Instead, I mix the ash into a small amount of clean native clay before it ever reaches the garden. Here's how I prepare the mixture. I start with 5 parts fine, dry native clay and 1 part sifted wood ash by volume. I mix them thoroughly until the ash is evenly distributed throughout the clay. Next, I lightly dampen the mixture just enough for it to clump together without becoming muddy. This prevents dust and helps the minerals bind to the clay particles. Then I blend roughly 1 gallon of this clay and ash mix into every 20 to 30 square feet of vegetable bed, along with plenty of finished compost. You're not replacing compost. You're making the compost work harder. The results become obvious during the growing season. The first thing I notice is more consistent growth. Instead of plants racing ahead after fertilizing and slowing down a few weeks later, vegetables maintain a steadier pace because nutrients remain available longer. I've seen this work particularly well with tomatoes, sweet corn, pumpkins, cabbage, broccoli, peppers, and winter squash. Heavy feeding vegetables benefit the most because they remove large amounts of potassium and calcium throughout the season. The biggest pumpkins I've grown came from beds where compost, clay, and ash worked together, not from simply adding more fertilizer. There is one mistake that ruins this method. Don't use just any clay. Avoid soil taken from contaminated sites or areas exposed to chemicals, construction waste, or industrial runoff. You want clean native subsoil with a high clay content. Also remember that more ash is not better. Too much ash can raise soil pH enough to reduce the availability of micronutrients like iron. That's why I stick close to the 5:1 clay to ash ratio instead of dumping ash directly into planting holes. Soil biology finishes the job for you. This is the part many gardeners never see. Clay particles help retain positively charged nutrients while compost feeds the microbial community responsible for cycling those nutrients into plant-available forms. Instead of nutrients washing away after every storm, microbes gradually release them as roots need them. That's why this isn't simply an ash trick. It's a soil building strategy. Healthy biology, stable minerals, and organic matter all reinforce one another. Even raised beds can benefit from this. Many raised beds contain lightweight growing mixes that drain beautifully but don't always retain nutrients well over an entire growing season. Adding a modest amount of native clay mixed with ash can improve nutrient holding capacity without sacrificing drainage. I've tested this in raised beds that previously required frequent feeding, and the difference became obvious by midsummer. Plants stayed greener longer, fruit production remained more consistent, and watering seemed more effective because healthier soil biology developed around stable mineral particles. It's a small adjustment that pays off for years rather than weeks. Bigger vegetables usually start with better soil chemistry. When gardeners see giant vegetables, they often assume someone used expensive fertilizer or secret plant food. In reality, large harvests usually come from soil that stores nutrients efficiently, releases them gradually, and supports an active microbial community. That's exactly what this clay and ash combination helps accomplish. It won't replace compost, proper watering, or crop rotation. But combined with those practices, it becomes a powerful long-term investment in your soil's fertility. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel and share this video with another gardener who burns firewood or has access to native clay. The more we understand how minerals, microbes, moisture, and soil structure work together, the easier it becomes to grow healthier plants, larger harvests, and gardens that improve with every season.